us downtown. Check back with her in a little while.
Right, so we were just negotiating the terms of my handing over my Jeep. Dennis Ragoza from the BC ScrapIt program. It's a little too young for your program, Dennis.
We might make an exception for your vehicle, Sophie.
Really?
Because when I was here last time, you talked to, you told me you might actually sing at the funeral of Jackson.
Of Jackson?
Yeah.
Jackson is my Jeep. That's what we call.
We'd have you out to the scrapyard and put you on a box. You could start sing opera or whatever.
We'll all come. It'd be great.
Would you?
Yeah, of course.
Well, we're black. Well, I might need a few days off.
There you go. Of course. Yeah.
Mourn, right?
Of course. Yeah.
I'll move on.
So, Sophie's car is, as she mentioned, a little young, but there are some cars out there that are starting to show their age, and it's amazing how, and you just talked about something interesting about this, about emissions that are coming out of cars and things like that, and if you pass air care, you think, well, I'm fine, but that necessarily isn't the case.
That's right. What air care is about is it measures the emissions against your year of manufacture. So whatever the emission stands were, and everybody knows that cars and trucks have gotten a lot better from an emissions point of view.
Right.
Like if you take an old car 20 years old, had old technology, it's been run down, parts have deteriorated, so the emissions that come out of that vehicle are considerably higher compared to a new vehicle. So Steve, you were telling me you had a 2011 vehicle, so if you compared, for example, Jackson against your vehicles, Sophie's vehicle is probably about 60 times more polluting.
Oh my goodness.
Even though it complies with air care.
Right, yeah, because it's measured against, mine's in 01, so it's measured against standards in 01?
Exactly.
I see, okay.
Right, exactly. So that
Back
means
then we didn't care, so.
So it would not pass if it were measured apples to apples against Steve's.
That's a good way of describing it, right? So that's what ScrapIt's about, is to really take the old apple off the road, if you will, and help people get into either a new apple, a new vehicle, or get into transit, or, or a bike, or car share programs. Right?
So how does it work? If someone has a car, what are you looking for exactly?
So in our program, and the reason we're here today and making an announcement is that we've done two things. We've changed the amount of incentives offered to people and upped them. And secondly is we changed the year of model in which you qualify for the program. So on the year of model of qualification, any vehicle that's year 2000 or older qualifies for our program. And to give you a sense of how big that is, there's about 800,000 vehicles in British Columbia still fit in that age category. They're licensed by ICBC. So it's a big number, right?
No kidding.
And of that, 1995 and older, there's about 490,000. So we see vehicles come in, a 1990 vehicle, 25, 30-year-old vehicles that have old technology that are super polluters, literally, right? And we do emissions testing, apples-to-apples emissions testing in the old vehicles. And we've had some vehicles that are 500 times more polluting.
Wow.
Like, it's amazing,
Oh my
right?
goodness. I'm afraid to find out about Jackson. So then if they want, if someone wants to bring in their vehicle, what can you offer them?
So we now offer incentives up to $2,250, depending on which incentive you get. So it could be car to car, or it could be TransLink, or a car share. So the incentives are a little bit different, but they're very attractive to a lot of people who've got an older car. And sometimes people come in and say, well, I want to do the right thing. I just want to get rid of it, right? And I want to go into transit. So we have a lot of people do that. Or in fact, we have some people go to bikes. It's quite interesting, the number of people who show up.
Now, does that have to be your primary vehicle, or is it just a vehicle that, because a lot of people have vehicles sitting in their garage they haven't used for a while. Does it have to be running, or what's the word on it?
Yeah, the second criteria is it has to be fully operational and licensed for the last 6 months. Because our program is really an air quality management program.
It's not a push, pull, or drag thing.
Exactly. No, that's right. It's not a backyard junker kind of program. We want to make a difference to improving the air quality in the Greater Vancouver and provincially too.
Oh, all right. Well, now I'm feeling like I maybe should bring Jackson in.
Really? You think about making that turn?
I don't know.
What would you get?
Could we do the morning news hour?
It makes me sad. Well, I have to buy a new car first, so let's because transit doesn't run that early in the morning for us. And it might not be safe for me to ride my bike in at that time.
And I'm sure there's a few people out there that sell cars, so.
I've heard of them, yes. Oh boy, here we go.
Well, let's give it, what's the best way to get a hold of you and your company?
ScrapIt's a nonprofit organization. We have a website called ScrapIt.ca, and anybody can come on. Easy application process, easy process.
So ScrapIt, all one word?
Yes, ScrapIt, one word.
ScrapIt.ca.
Good stuff. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dennis. All right, well, I'll get in touch with you about Jackson. Or Jackson.
Caitlin?
Thank you very much. I know sometimes when you sit in traffic, you notice the person beside you in front of you, and they might want to sign up for that program for sure. This morning.